How did it do, Exiles? So this is what? This is going to be day 3, I guess we'll call it update. Sorry, I was just like in the zone and I kind of forgot to record footage of campaign and like early mapping. But what you're seeing here is a T16 Kirak mission map. And I gotta tell you, Glad is so good. Lucky Block is actually insane. I feel extremely tanky. It's going to get even better once we get our Shaper Shield. And overall, my impression of Glad is like it's A plus. I don't think it's S tier because to be S tier, you have to be like good at a lot of stuff. But it's definitely an A plus build. The campaign was a bit slow, but once we got a good axe, this is like a 347 DPS Reaver axe. I mean, I'm doing T16s, and as you can see, they're not difficult, and so we're only gonna rise from here. And there's a few things that I think I may or may not change about the build. If you notice, we are attacking really fast. And this is like 3+ attack speed. So, you know, honestly, like it feels really good. I don't know if we really need Jagged Technique. So we'll discuss that when we get into the gear in the next session. But Glad has been one of the smoothest ramps in damage and defense that I've ever experienced in PoE. It truly is a wonderful ascendancy. I had a feeling that this build was going to be really good. And I am not disappointed. Hazy, I'm looking at you. I know you're playing my build. So the only thing that's lacking, truthfully, area of effect, clear speed. And I have a couple of ways that I am going to mitigate that. The primary way is we are not running maps like this. 100% we're going to be running Toxic Sewer and the like, because at the end of the day, it's less about the mechanic that I want to do and more about how good can my build get if I put it in the right position. And I think narrow maps where the bleed pops can truly take advantage, I think is the best course of action for this build. So I'm probably going to keep up with Expedition, but I think we're going to end up dropping Betrayal soon and then moving straight into Blight in the maps and just kind of having some fun. I think Ravage Blight and stuff is going to be fine on this build because they all stay within the lanes anyways. So I don't need a ton of clear, but this is kind of where we're at. I'm going to switch to the gear. As you can see, this is like a mid-level axe in the T16. Not bad. Not bad. All right, I'm switching over. Okay, so here we are at the gear, and it's all pretty bad. Like, I have not bought a single piece of gear. Everything is found, and maybe 2 pieces have been raw crafted. So we have a new mod on this shield, 68% increased chance to block. This mod is nuts. I found this shield. It's still pretty bad. I mean, it essentially has what we need because we are 68, 65. It'd be really nice to be 68, 68, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Found this on the ground. Haven't crafted anything on it. Eviscerate. Oh, also, cast when damage taken, Blood Rage, you know, retaliation skill. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't do that. This is a much better option. This skill is insane, and it helps our clear. And it is like Gladiator is so good in Expedition, it's ridiculous. This skill is amazing as a secondary clear skill. And so we have that linked to Brutality, Melee Fizz, and Maim support. And so this really, honestly, I think if this high rolls, we get a better bleed out of this than we do on our Lacerate of Hemorrhage. So this is another thing that we bought. This was like 40. I think it paid like 48C for this. Linked with Multi-Strike, Ruthless, Melee Fizz, and Volatility. We are on a 5-link. So I am able to do T16s on a 5-link very comfortably, as you just saw. So that's a huge plus to this build. And then we have this ring, which I think I dropped during the campaign. Ended up being like a really nice solid ring. I found these as well. This is kind of whatever. These boots, I dropped these in like white maps, I think. And, you know, they essentially do the job. We need the chaos res and whatnot. Throwaway amulet that I haven't replaced yet. Just raw crafted this. A pretty okay-ish belt. Not too shabby. Gives us the stuff that we need. And then these Titan Gauntlets, I think I found these in like Act 10 or something. And then our axe, it's not great, but it gets the job done at the end of the day with 347 DPS. And then we have Molten Shell on automation with Blood Rage and life tap. Here's our auras, and then our leap slam stuff. So that's it. That's the build. It performs exceedingly well and has exceeded my expectations greatly. One thing I do want to point out is because we attack so fast, I'm seriously considering swapping to Crimson Dance. And because we are so tanky, I can just sit there and spam for 8 bleeds over and over and over and over. And that way we can get rid of Jagged Technique, right? Because according to the calculator, we're getting 10% here. We're getting another 10% aggravation here, right? From vulnerability. And that'll be 20%. As fast as we attack, I think it might be a better option to just go War of Attrition at this point. But I'm not 100% sure about that. Jagged Technique is really nice because you can just slam it on there. First time you attack, it's already aggravated and you can just move on, right? It is a nice bit of quality of life, but it is probably not as much damage when you're attacking this fast compared to War of Attrition. And so probably what I'm going to end up doing for bosses is just specking out of this, specking into this just for bosses. Right, so when I'm starting to do my void stones, that's most likely what's going to happen because I should be able to get this up to quality. So anyways, that's the day 3 update. There's really not much else to report. We are just trying to farm up currency. I think we're at 1 dev and 50 chaos. We've already made another, let's say, 70 chaos beyond this. As far as the mechanic goes, the mechanic is sick. I love it. I love every aspect of it. It's so much fun. We're disenchanting. We got 2 ships that are currently setting sail, or they're already on their way to their destination. And I may or may not do like an update video on how the mechanic works and the ins and outs of it. But I'm probably going to wait because we are still kind of learning. We're still kind of learning about the whole process. So it's just going to take time to learn everything there is to know about how to make currency with it. But it's been an absolute joy. This is hands down, like, this is one of my favorite mechanics ever. It is so good. So anyways, with that said, I hope you guys' league start went well. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Be good and God bless.